Darken expansion releases tomorrow as of recording this, and I just want to go over all the stuff that they announced and my thoughts on it. First of all, they announced a brand new card type, equipment, which sounds pretty interesting. The more I see of it, I think it's going to be good, especially the improvise thing, just not jacks, as I already talked about. But everything else is pretty much just champions from what I can remember. So let's go over the champions. First of all, we have Kane. Although he's a Runeterra champion, and he's also the Darken expansion, the headliner. For being a headline champion, he's kind of boring. All he really does is switch his forms on his level 2. You can switch between Rost and the other one, who I do not remember the name of. Other than that, um, I don't, I don't see what's so interesting about him. Anyways, beyond that, we have Master Yi, who is an Ionia champion, and of course, much like every single time that Riot announces an Ionia champion, everyone is jacked on copium, saying that he's not going to be broken. He's going to be broken, just like his trailer, which said, oh, do you remember when his trailer was released? And his card said, give all allied +2 attack, which sounds like you give all allies +2 attack when it's actually Master Yi's. That was that was very weird. Also, most people will not mention this, but on the trailer, I don't remember if it's in the actual card, but in the trailer, it showed his champion spell, and it said create a Master Yi in deck, and the create the Master Yi was not in the new paragraph, and I am quite literally the only person that is frustrated by this, but whatever. After that, we have Nora, who is pretty interesting because she's an exclusive champion. She has been heard of before, but she wasn't in League or any other games. And I think that this is the second time a non-League game gets an exclusive champion. Pretty sure TFT got Silco, but it's interesting that LOR gets an exclusive champion as well. Also, she's definitely going to be broken, 100%. I saw gameplay of her, and she looks nuts. If you high roll the 2 cost units early, you win. Or maybe you don't. When you level her, you get to summon some really fucking strong cards, so that'll be interesting to see. After that, we got Jax. I've already said everything I want to say about Jax. I think he is a shittily designed champion, and I do not like it. However, ever since then, I don't like him even more. Actually, um, one thing is improved and one thing has gone worse. First of all, I said that improvise only affects one card, only the card that improvises. That's not entirely true because if the card that improvise dies, then you get the weapon, and that kind of seems like is going to be the play pattern of a lot of those cards. So, sure, but still, you gotta kill your own units. That, especially in Freljord, because he's orange support. In Freljord, you don't want to kill your units. Freljord's all about making your units survive, I think. But yeah, because he's orange support, that means that he's not even his own card. So, and that does not sound good. Like, Annie was meant to be Jin support, but she's still great on her own, and Jin is not. Lastly, we have Ornn, who is the only champion I'm excited for, which is pretty normal actually. Usually I'm excited for one champion I'm really not excited for, and then everyone else is just kind of in the middle. I just don't care too much about them. Last thing I want to mention, the riddles were pointless. We usually knew the champions that were gonna come out of them even before they asked the riddles, so I don't know how that I don't know how they're gonna improve that. I do hope they improve it because it did sound interesting, but maybe ask the riddles before you spoil the champion with little details, and also the what's it called, the game code, because people rummage that the second it drops. So I guess don't do that. And that's basically all I have to say. I don't think I missed much, but yeah, that's it. Bye.